That's just sports, baby.
Crowd goes wild, strawberry ice, bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunipple. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything. I mean anything. Landscaping requires. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door, and more. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window, Door, and more. The website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also, shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. You tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House. Hey guys, what's going on? We're back at it for year 2 of our tailgate at the Moorline Lager House. This year, Best Day Brewing Game Day Experience. We are there 3 hours before every single Bengals home game. We got a DJ there. We got a buffet. We got a Bloody Mary bar. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us. We're going to be giving prizes. I'll be hosting. I'm telling you, it's the best deal on the bank. $50. All inclusive. Food, drink, Bloody Marys. I'm going to be giving away prizes. Bengals trivia. We have music there. That's not good enough? Well, guess what? Your boys got you. I'm going to take care of you. All right. Use this code, GameDay10, GAMEDAY 10, to get $10 off your ticket. So it went from $50 to $40. Come on. You can't beat it. It's the best deal on the banks. Join me. Wear orange. We're going to root the Bengals on to the Super Bowl. Get there early. Moorland Lager House. Best Day Brewing Game Day Experience.
I hope to see you guys there this Sunday. Make sure you wear orange. Let's have a great time and cheer on the Bengals going 2-0. What's up to everybody in the chat? We've got Strange in there. We got Brandon in there. We got Tony Blazin. What is up, everybody? It is my honor and privilege to have one of the nicest guys around. He doesn't have to give me the time of day, but he always does. He's the Bengals pregame and postgame host. He is Wayne Bucks Miller.
Bro, man.
How you doing, Wayne? What's going on, man?
How you doing, man? Thanks for having me on as always, brother. Appreciate you, and you do a great job, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. That means a lot coming from you. You're kind of a legend around here. You know, we hear you each and every Sunday, and I see you all the time down at training camp. So, what's been going on? Anything new happened over the summertime before we get into this Bengals discussion?
Yeah, man, just really excited about game number 2. I've always said you got to get some ugly wins along the way. This definitely was an ugly win, and that's fine. I think when you win those ugly games, I think it gets you a little bit more tougher for those games down the stretch when you just have to find a way to win. And granted, some bounces went our way, but they always go the way of the winning team. And you look at Kansas City or you look at Philadelphia, sometimes the ball just bounces your way. You need a couple of those. So I think a lot of people were worried about the defense. I think the defense was not worried about themselves. And they did a great job. I mean, you're holding Cleveland to 2 yards rushing, and Cleveland likes to run the ball.
Yep.
So you're holding them to 2 yards rushing. And, you played tough. You gave up some plays here and there. And, I mean, it's game one. But when it mattered most, the defense came up with the plays. And that's all that counts. There's no narrative in the win-loss column. It's either in W, an L, or a tie rarely. But we got the dub to move on.
Yeah, like I said, I'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day. Now, interesting stat. I didn't know this. I just found this out. But Joe Burrow has never won week 2 in his NFL career. So you know what that means. We're breaking that this Sunday. We are winning game 2. I'm very confident about this. I think the offense is going to look a lot better than it did week 1. The defense, I think, is going to take a step up even more than it did. But let's talk a little bit about this offense and how there was plays out there they missed. And they've done this, for week 1, almost every time Burrow's been the quarterback, we don't do so hot week 1. We have a hard time getting there. But if you go back to last year, week 2 against Kansas City, we went toe-to-toe with Kansas City, and Joe Burrow was back. So that's why I'm confident. I think we're going to – I don't want to say smoke Jacksonville, but I do think we're going to put at least 30 on them.
Here's what I tell people all the time, and I learned this from Eric E.T. Thomas, and I believe this. There are certain teams in the NFL that match up with other teams better than other teams. Case in point, we match up better with Kansas City than literally anybody in the AFC.
Right.
And we give them fits. The same can be said about the Cleveland Browns when the Bengals play them. They match up well with us at the right places. Up front with Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward in the back going up against Jamar Chase. They just seem to match up well with us. And so when you can get a win from a team that gives you fits, you don't care what it looks like. And you ask Kansas City, I mean, the Bengals have had their number. And when Kansas City 2 years ago, got to the Super Bowl and won it, I mean, it just getting past Cincinnati was their biggest concern because they knew that team matched up well with them. So I'm not really concerned about it. I'm really interested to see what happens with Jacksonville because they gave up over 4 yards. They gave up almost 4.5 yards on the ground. So if the Bengals can establish the run, the Bengals were pretty balanced in their run, pass, play action, as was Jacksonville. But I think Jacksonville's defense gave up almost 5 yards a carry. That's not going to be good if the Bengals can get their running game going.
Exactly. Now, a question here from Dustin Croft. He said, I'm excited to see how the O-line holds up. Going to be a great test with the amount of pass hit rushers they have. Excuse me. I do like what you said, though, there with the running game and how balanced we were this past week. I've said this. I think Chase Brown has got a shot at breaking James Brooks' all-time yardage record from scrimmage. Now, that's including passing and rushing. But the way they could – because we want balance. I don't know how many times Bengals fans and other people have gotten irritated with the imbalance of our offense, how much we throw the ball compared to how much we're running. And there are times when you get a lead. I can point to games last year where we had a lead. If we had a consistent run game, we could have ran the clock out and we wouldn't have to put the defense back out there. I think that this year with this offensive line is our best chance to have a consistent run game for once. I'm not saying we're going to be a dominant run game, but consistent.
I love this kid, man. And one of the reasons I like him so much is he's very decisive. I mean, he sees a hole, he hits the hole. There's not a lot of dancing, waiting on this or that. He's going to get up in the hole. And, yeah, you need a little bit of patience sometimes to let that block set up. But he's going to hit that hole. And if that first person misses, with the burst of speed that he has, it's big play time. And so you think about what makes Joe Burrow more effective, or any quarterback in the NFL, play action. If the play action is legitimate, meaning there is a realized chance of someone carrying the ball because they're getting yards, then it makes it better because those linebackers start to creep up, inch up, get a little closer to that line, and all of a sudden, you do that to Joe Burrow on play action, there's just like the sea of opportunities out there with these route runners, and not only Chase and Higgins, but Yossi Vosh and the other guys. And Noah Fant, I mean, he came in town and already found a way. He's a 7-year vet, but he found a way to get out there and make himself available to Joe Burrow. And I've often said Joe Burrow's favorite receiver is the open receiver.
Yes, exactly.
It's not Chase. It's not his favorite receiver is the open receiver.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't care. I mean, I would say that when they kept saying he doesn't like throwing to tight ends. Like, he'll throw to tight ends. As long as you're open, he'll throw you the ball. Kenwood Bengals Rick here says he knows you from 12:30 Buzz Days. He said, "Do you know Big Bad Hoss?"
Absolutely.
All right, there you go.
Absolutely.
All right, there you go.
I know Big Bad Hoss was a regular, man, and added a lot of joy and value to our show, man. So shout out Big Bad, man.
There you go. And Michael Madden here loves your hoodie. Where'd you get that hoodie at?
Say it again.
Well, he loves your hoodie that you're wearing.
Oh, you
Your
know what,
sweatshirt?
man? It's so funny. Like, seems like when I wear some of the older stuff, I get more compliments. I've got some
Right.
stuff in my wardrobe that, I pull out from time to time, and people always say, "Oh, where'd you get that?" I'm like, 3 years ago, 4
Right,
years ago.
exactly. The one I had, I wish I still had. I remember my uncle. He went to Super Bowl 16, and I don't know what was I 7 at the time. He bought me it wasn't foam, but it was I don't know remember what kind of texture the hat was, but it was the Bengal stripe one. And like, man, I wish I still had that hat. I mean, it probably wouldn't fit me now, but I'd just hang it up in here somewhere. But
Yeah, I get a lot of compliments on the newer Bengal stripe hat with the striped front.
Yeah.
It's probably 4 or 5 years old, but I still love it. I get a lot of looks out of that one. And I still got I have yet to wear again. I've only worn it once. My Super Bowl hoodie that they all got when they went to. I just won't wear it, man. I'm waiting. Waiting.
Hey, you can wear it next year because we're winning this thing this year. Okay, it's
that
happening.
right.
It's happening. So this is actually talking about hat. This is my favorite Cincy hat one. It's got the stripes in it. So this is one of the newest ones that came out this summer. So I like this one too. So with that being said, how long have you done the pre and post game? I know I ask you this almost every time, but I know people who are watching now. They ask me that. When did Wayne start doing this? Like I don't remember.
Well, it goes back. Vince Cicero, who was with the FC Cincinnati, I think he's launched his own firm now.
Mm-hmm.
But I was doing Eric E.T. Thomas, and I had a show called the Primetime Sports Show, Big Bad Hoss, and others would call in. And Vince called me and said, "Hey, would you mind doing a couple of fill-ins, because Dan Horde was doing UC football and basketball." And I said, "Hey, man, absolutely, love to." That was probably 10, 11 years ago. And then probably 8, I want to say 8, this is my 8th year of full-time doing pre-halftime and post-game. So, and then I do some of the Bengal pep rally shows, some of the game plan shows. So, it's about 8 or 9 years now that I've been doing it. And so this is my second Super Bowl because I went to the first Super Bowl in Miami and did that one as a fan.
Right.
Then I got to do the second one as a member of the media, the Bengals broadcast team, which is still surreal to think that you participated in the Super Bowl. But
right.
Yeah, man, it's been a good run.
Well, hopefully, I would love to. I said this for years before the Bengals went to the last Super Bowl. I said wherever they're going, when they go to Super Bowl, I'm going. But they had to be in LA, and I ain't got the jack to go to LA. Now they're going to go this year, and it's in Santa Clara. I'm trying to talk my wife into. We're gonna work this out. I want to go.
Yeah. Hey, man, you got to go. You got to find a way to go because
I got to find a way to get there.
This could be the one.
That's what I'm. All right, wait. That's what I'm saying. All right, and I get accused of being a homer. I am a homer. I totally admit it. I love the Bengals. I'm a homer. I see everything through orange-colored sunglasses. But this offseason, the Bengals did. It took a while, but they got pretty much everything covered. And one thing I want to say, when you talk about how the Chiefs beat us in 22 to go to the AFC or go to the Super Bowl, I was at that game, unfortunately.
Right.
But that defense of Kansas City reminds me a lot of what the Bengals are doing this year. That was a young defense that they had a couple veterans on, but they put all their money on the offensive side of the ball. It's exactly what the Bengals are doing. They put all their money on the offensive side of the ball, except for Trey Hendrickson, and they got this young defense of first and second round picks. And I keep banging the table and telling people this. These guys are talented. I think this defense is going to show some people some stuff. I mean, Shamar Stewart, dude, I know his stats. He didn't have any stats, but he was a wrecking machine.
He's a comer, man. He's a comer. And we do have, we got to remember TJ Slayton and BJ Hill are veterans. And so you've got the right mix of veterans and you. And you got some guys that are hungry, man. And, Logan Wilson, Oren Burks just won a Super Bowl last year with the Philadelphia Eagles. So you've got some experience on the defensive side of the ball. I think it's just so many people focus on Trey Hendrickson, and rightfully so, arguably one of the best defensive ends in the NFL. But they've got the interior of that line with Slayton and
TJ. So I mean to interrupt you. Sorry, TJ Slayton. I said that was an underrated signing. That didn't get a lot. It was kind of like when we signed DJ Reader. It didn't get a lot of pub, but it was the same kind. He's close to DJ Reader as we're going to get, I think. So I think that was an underrated move. That they're going to get a lot of credit for.
Montgomery were together in Green Bay, so there's a familiarity there. He knows what Jerry wants, and Jerry knows what he's capable of, and that rubs off. I'll tell you, I won't go into specifics, but I was interviewing one of the players in the locker room about the season and what the end of the season looks like. And the young guy said, hopefully we'll win, we'll get to the Super Bowl. He said, no, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And so
speak it into existence. Exactly.
The veteran reminding them that, hey, man, you have to speak that into being as well as prepare and work and perform and et cetera, et cetera. So, those kind of things, man, the veterans bring a lot of value to this young team that has some eager beavers. I mean, you think of Jenkins and Jackson and Miles Murphy and these other kids, man. I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about this defense.
I'm excited about all of it. I don't think and I'm okay with us not getting the power rankings and being the envy of all the national media. I like being under the radar. Yeah. That's fine with me. All right, Dustin here's got another one for you here. Wayne, I have a question about the future of sports as it pertains to streaming. I was one of the original cord cutters, but now I've worn out of paying for different sites. Thoughts on that in general?
I'm frustrated because I've said, many times the business of sports has gotten in the way of the game of sports.
Yeah.
And when you think about the Reds and how you can't watch the Reds on TV, and you think about Paramount and CBS and everybody being in bed, and now ESPN and the NFL are in bed together with the gambling. I'm just not a fan of it all. I know that it's about revenue. Everything is revenue ratings, and that's all that matters. But, man, you just all of a sudden $20 here, $15 here, $10 there, $8 there, $13 here. It adds up, and then all of a sudden – if you want the premier packages and things like that, so the demand for football is so high. Football is now going global.
Oh, yeah.
They're in Madrid, they're in Barcelona, they're in Germany, they're in England, they're in Brazil. I mean, the NFL is following the lead of the NBA. The NBA has been global for a long time.
Yep.
But just think of all these new and emerging markets that are getting into football, the American football, as we know it.
Yep.
It's just opportunities, man, to grow this product, which is growing by leaps and bounds. And, man, it's just, it's all going to be driven by revenue.
Yeah, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. I mean, I know there's other ways you can get around this stuff, and it's other people are putting stuff out there for packages and stuff. I don't know how legal it is, but I know,
right.
I know there's ways to get around it. That's going to happen more often than not. People are going to try to figure out how to get around this stuff. Mike Madden here wants to know, is Mims' ankle fine? I see he was limited in practice.
Yeah, he was limited. I think it's more precautionary. I don't think there's anything to be worried about. We got 17 games.
Right.
And so, if you want to take it easy with a guy who put in a full camp,
yeah,
for the most part, I'm not ready to start panicking and worrying about things like that. I think that you just, credit them for saying, hey, we'll just kind of slow walk you if you need a day here and there and let the ankle just kind of rest up. Again, anybody, it's hard for me to remember my youth, but I remember when you sprained an ankle back in your 20s, a day later, maybe 2 days later, you're back and back on the mend. At my age now, almost 70, you sprained an ankle, you're in the infirmary.
Hey, brother, my age of 50, I wake up and stuff hurts. I'm like, how did I pull that? I was sleeping. Like, what's going on? So, now, speaking of the offensive line, can you talk about how much of an add Dalton Risner was to this offensive line pertaining to how he just stepped right in week one, only been here, a week and a half?
Right.
Maybe that. Stepped right in, and it was flawless. I mean, we didn't no penalties. I think he did really good for his first game, not playing out starting, but he had to come in and make an impact.
Well, he's a veteran, and veterans know what to do. Veterans can get pressed in action. It's not that big a deal. I mean, there's just certain things you want to learn in terms of terminology, some technique that may be different. But at the end of the day, when he's thrust in the game the way he was, he's going to rely on the NFL experience he has. The guy has a tremendous amount of energy. He has a tremendous amount of love for the game, and he has a tremendous amount of talent. And when you have those three factors and you get called upon at the last minute or you have time to prepare, the results are going to be there. And you take Mims and on the same side, and then you've got, the big fellow Orlando on the other side, and Fairchild's doing well, and then you got the anchor in the middle, and Karras. I mean, this could be a very formidable, respectable offensive line, and again, this guy, the moment he came in the locker room, he's all about energy, effort, and team. And you get, the thing of it is, man, you don't want to sign, or you don't want the best one. You want the best 11.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You don't want the best one. You want the best 11. And what I mean by that, chemistry-wise, the ability to play well together, to execute as one singular piece, you want the best 11. So this guy might be the best one, but I want the best 11.
Exactly. All right. I know you got to get out of here at 6. I'm going to get through a couple more questions here in the chat. Dustin's got another one here. I'm so down for predicting the Bengals to the Super Bowl, but I don't think fans forget that a lot of times the most talented team don't win at all. In the NFL, you need minimal injuries and lots of luck. I've kind of said this. It's survive and advance. And that's where I go back to, I'll take a ugly win over a pretty loss. You've got to survive. You have to survive the NFL season. Injuries, silly losses, suspensions, anything. You got to survive. I know they call the playoffs a tournament, but it's really a tournament to get into the tournament.
Right. Well, here's the reality, man. There's 17 one-game seasons.
Yeah.
All right, let's start there. Secondly, once that's over, you're in one game sudden death every week. No, I mean, if you don't approach it like that, and one thing I learned from Eric Thomas that I thought was so telling, the effort it took to win the first playoff game is not enough effort to win the second playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
The effort it takes to win the second playoff game is not enough effort to win the third playoff game. And the third playoff game effort is not enough to win the Super Bowl. And so when you win that first round of a playoff game, whatever you gave, you got to go find some more.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to take that much more the next week to get it done. So when you look at what the formula is, the formula is simple. You got 17 one-game seasons, so we got one done. After that, you have got to just say, this is now sudden death. And you got to play every play like your hair's on fire. You got to play mistake-free football. And sometimes, yes, it's luck. Sometimes, yes, it's the ball bounces your way. But I promise you, more times than not, the better team wins. And I'll go back to the game against Buffalo and Kansas City when Buffalo scored and there was, 16 seconds left or whatever craziness to Pat Mahomes. The better team won because the better team knew that they still had a way to get in field goal position, and the other team thought they had the game won.
Right.
And that's the difference in that game, and that should be a lesson for not only the NFL, but for college, for high school. Man, if there's time left on the clock, it is sudden death. Do not exhale until there's 0-0-0 on that board.
And that's why I'll take Jackpot Joey, man, every time, because he thinks like that. And to be able to execute and stay calm in those situations. I mean, there's only certain guys that can do it. Mahomes one of them, Burrow's one of them. I mean, we've seen them do it. So that's when we get into these games. I'm like, I'll take Burrow over almost anybody.
Yeah, you check your quarterback's resting heart rate in the fourth quarter.
Yes, exactly.
And I'll tell you what kind of quarterback you have. And Joe Burrow's heart rate's probably 48 beats a second. That dude, man, it's like he's unfazed about anything.
That's the thing. It's like some people get mad because I want to see the fire out of him. I was like, no, you got to be even keeled to take on everything. You can't just overreact. You can't play football like us fans watch the game. You can't play it like that. We can overreact over that call was crap. That was terrible. But you can't act like that because you're going to be thinking about that during the game. You got to go, all right, forget it. We got to go on to the next play.
Short-term memory loss, brother. Short-term memory loss.
And it's a special thing to be able to do that. I can't do it. I still remember the Steelers taking out Ickey Woods' knee in 1989. I still remember the Steelers
Tebow Van Olfen.
Tebow Van Olfen. I remember them ripping Kenny Anderson's helmet off about breaking his neck. I remember all this stuff. I'm like, I don't forget. All right, a couple more here and I'll get you out of here. Wayne or Greg here says, Wayne, only 7 yards in the second half. Is Miles the cause of that? Can the Bengals scheme around that with counters and trap blocking?
Well, you know what? Everything works when it works, and everything doesn't work when it doesn't work. And I'm not trying to be funny, but you can call the right plays, and the defense can be.
Miles Garrett still blows it up.
Yeah, he can still blow it up.
Right.
Again, man, I look at it this way. You can run those same plays this week against a team that's giving up 4.5 yards a carry on the ground, and that play works magically and masterfully, and everybody says, oh, what a great play call. Sometime, as James Francis always reminded us, the other guys get paid too.
Exactly.
And so, you know, if they're doing their homework and looking at film and study and they see some tendencies and looking at some motion and looking where the halfback is, the splits and et cetera, and they guess right, then the reward goes to them sometimes. So I'm not worried about it. I think, again, you go back, you look at the film, these coaches do that. They say, here's an opportunity here. Maybe we just run that play a little bit different and show the same look, but we run it a little bit different, or we show a different look and run the same play. So Dave Lapham has a great quote, you know, you make the complex look simple and make the simple look complex.
Like somebody brought this up at I think Jim Breach brought this up to me at the show I did, the Moreline Lager House, this past Tuesday, about Dave Lapham, and I'm so happy he's going to the Ring of Honor. Somebody needs to come up with Dave-isms. You know, the stuff that they could write a book about the stuff he says. I mean, I know somebody wrote a book about Marty Brenneman and the stuff that he would say. The book was the Titanic Show. Somebody needs to write a book about Dave Lapham and all his Dave-isms. Bam, bam, bam. All the stuff Dave says. But he reminds me of John Madden. He dumbs down football to make it make sense. He's got
the 5 hot dogs hanging off the hand, and the stuff like he's got some great. Right. He really does, man. First of all, congratulations to Dave. I'm absolutely over the moon happy for him and so deserving. But I think he should probably chronicle those, or somebody should. You don't know when they're coming, but when they come, man, they're perfect and they're hilarious.
Exactly.
I get to sit there and we look at each other like, where in the world did he get that from?
like you're like tapping. Like, did you hear what he just said?
Exactly.
All right, Wayne. I think you said you gotta get out of here at 6:00. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the time. And anything you want to promote at St. X or anything else you got going on?
Man, I'm retired from St. X now. I'm just.
Oh, you are?
I'm Who Dey all day, baby.
Wait, that's right. You told me that at training camp. I forgot about that. Yeah. Well, congratulations.
I'm just Who Dey in it, man. And me and the wifey just trying to enjoy life. And man, looking forward to a great season. But no, appreciate you always, man. You promote the team so well, and you and your guys just do a great job, man. So anytime I can get on with you, I'm gonna be there for you.
Wayne, anytime you want to come on, brother, anytime, just let me know. I appreciate you, man.
All right, brother.
Who Dey?
Who Dey, baby.
All right, guys. Wayne Boxmiller is a jewel to this city. He is awesome. I'm so happy we have him as our pre and post game announcer. We have some of the best announcers in the city. Dan Horde, who does the Bearcats and the Bengals. You got Dave Lapham. You got Tommy Thrall and the Cowboy. I mean, we got some just great announcers here. We're so blessed in the city to have these guys. So, all right, we got to get our half hour to go here, so we can talk in the chat, or you guys can. I might set a link out here, but I do want to put something out there. Now I am starting to write articles on my Substack. So you guys, if you go to Substack, it's a little blog. Type in Sports with Strawberry Ice, and if you want to subscribe, it's free. I'm not charging anything for it. If you want to check it out, I appreciate it. Now, one thing I wrote today is about the Cincinnati Reds, and I know they're 2 games out, which I gave up on them. I admit it. I thought they were done after losing in LA. But as soon as I'm done, they pull me back in. But they're 2 games out. I know they won last night, so I think that they won the series, against the Padres. Well, what my article was about is what the Reds basically should have done in this offseason, this past offseason, and what they should do this offseason. So I'm going to give you a little synopsis of it. So these are the moves that I would make for the Reds in this offseason, which maybe they make the playoffs this year, maybe they don't. Either way, unless they win the World Series, which I don't think that's going to happen, I would make these changes. First one is I would take Elly De La Cruz and move him to left field. Now, I know that people have been against this. I know Stephen Offenbaker for Locked Up Reds has told me, I don't want him running the walls. I don't want him doing this. I get that. My reasoning was because I think he would be a Gold Glove left fielder, to be honest, with that speed, athleticism, the arm. The other thing, look what happened to Novi Marte. This is my blueprint. They took Novi off third base, put him in right field, and look how his bat is taken off. This has been a very disappointing year for Elly as far as power goes. I think he's got 19 home runs, and he still leads the Reds in homers, I think. And I think he hasn't hit one since July, something like that. So that would be the first move that I would do. I would take Elly and I'd move him to left field. So, and I think this would be a pretty good defensive outfield. You got Elly in left, TJ Friedl in center, Marte in right. Keep Brian Hayes. He's signed. He's going to be your third baseman. So, all right, what do you do at shortstop? Well, Arroyo is our future shortstop, but he's still not ready yet. I don't know if he's, at this point, I don't know if he's ever going to be ready. Unless he goes to winter ball and all of a sudden can hit, we'll have to see. But right now, September 11th, by the way, never forget September 11th. We will never, ever, ever forget this day. I'm in the middle of talking Reds, but I do want to shout out and give, make sure you hug your family, say prayers for the loved ones who were lost in 9/11, the kids who grew up without their dads, their moms, all that stuff. So never forget 9/11. I know that's just in the middle of this, but September 11th, never forget. All right, so back to the Reds. Shortstop. I'm taking Matt McLain and moving him from second base to shortstop. Now you're going to tell me, well, Matt McLain, we don't even know if he's going to be, what we have out of him because he hasn't hit this year. I still believe in Matt McLain. He is still coming back from the shoulder injury. I know it takes about a year or more to get over and get all the way back. Look at Gino Suarez. If you guys remember, we signed that big contract, and then he hurt his shoulder in a swimming pool accident. It took him almost a year and a half to get back to be able to swing the bat. If you move Matt McLain to shortstop, I think it solves your defensive problem. I think his bat comes back. I don't know for sure. Just let me finish the whole story here before you guys start commenting here. Now, what do you do at second base? I say you put Spencer Steer there. Again, another guy who's been struggling with a shoulder problem all year. I think you put him there. That's your short and second base in combination. You got South Stewart at first base. Catcher, Stevenson, or find a good defensive guy. And then you have to go add to this team. And I mean, you need to add in the bullpen. The bullpen has been okay. But we need, if you're going to have a championship World Series, and that's what I'm talking about. I want to win the World Series. Championship World Series contending ball club, you need a lights-out bullpen. You need, my favorite team of all time is the 1990 Cincinnati Reds. The Nasty Boys. When it's seventh inning, the game was over. That's the kind of bullpen you need to try and get. What's that take? Money. Signing some guys. The big one, now this is why I'm saying move Matty this short and put Steer second, because I'm going to take as much money as I can get from the Reds and go out and sign Kyle Schwarber. Do I think the Reds will do this? No. Do I think they should? Absolutely. And I don't think we should take that as, well, they're not going to do it. No, we should, as Reds fans, we should demand they make a move like that. Just listen to this. Your top four. TJ Friedel, Novi Marte, Ellie De La Cruz, DHing, Kyle Schwarber. Those four would be Kyle Schwarber would put the fear of God in people. We don't have that. You take the pressure of Ellie off of playing shortstop and the pressure of him having to be the guy, because Kyle Schwarber would be the guy. Ellie's going to take off, I think, and he's going to get back. He's going to reach the potentials that we all know he can reach. That's why I'm saying spend the money on the bullpen, spend the money on Schwarber. Matt McClain can play a good shortstop. Steer can play a good second base. If you got those four and they're hitting, the rest of them can hit however they are going to hit, which I think will be okay. You got those four in a row, that's going to scare the crap out of people. Do I think the Reds will do it? No. I think they have, and us as Reds fans, we need to stop taking that. Okay, cool. You went out and you got Tito. Great. I was ecstatic we got Tito. I said this. They added to the team. They still didn't add that power back. And the construction of the team that everybody keeps saying, yeah, it's fine. You got to have that power guy. If you have that power bat in the middle of your lineup, it lets everybody else see fastballs. You get Ellie out of shortstop where he doesn't have to think and worry about playing shortstop and try not to mess up, and he can just go play baseball like Marte is. He will hit like he should be able to hit. He should be a 30-30 guy. That's what he can do. Hell, he can be a 40-40 guy. Put him in left field. I might do it now. I mean, just try it. You did it for Marte, and that worked out great. And the reason I think Ellie can do it is the same reason Marte could, because Marte could track the ball. How many times have we seen Ellie De La Cruz run back like this to catch a fly ball from shortstop? What is that? That's tracking the ball. That's all you got to do in left field. He can do that. Now, I thought about putting Ellie in center, but Friedel is already a really good center fielder. So eventually you could move him to center field, but right now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You got a good defensive center fielder, leave him there. That's what I had a discussion with myself about this, because that was my first thing, put him in center field. He could be Ken Griffey Jr. But like I said, you already got a good center fielder. Put him out. Let him go in left field and let him do it. Because center field, you got to be more the guy in charge than you do. Left field, he can just go play baseball. I want Ellie to be Ellie. Ellie will be wasted in left field. Why? Why would Ellie? He leads the national Major League Baseball in errors. He has 23 errors. Why would he be wasted in left field? Please explain. Because the benefits I think we get from his bat that we're not getting now will be tremendous. You're talking, put him in center. Okay, fine. You say put him in center. Fine. I don't care. I thought you were saying leave it at shortstop. It doesn't really matter. Center field, left field, whatever. Get him off a shortstop. I don't think he'd be a waste out there. Now, if he plays left field, it would shorten the field, plus it would cut down the number of damages he could possibly do versus playing center. Fine. You guys don't put him in center field? Fine. I'm not going to argue that point. It's not that big of a deal to me if he plays center field or left field. Fine, put him in center field. It's not that big. It's not that big of a deal. The point of this whole thing is getting his bat to hit like we know he can. Don't put him in center field. Fine. Put Friedel in the left. I don't care. That's fine. If you got those four, the biggest part of this, though, is if you don't get a power bat like Schwarber, which, I mean, I know he's going to be the biggest free agent, and this is, I am 99.99999% sure this will not happen, because I do not think the Reds will put that type of money into this ball club. And if they do, they will trade somebody. But right now, the thing is, right now is the time to do it. Who are they paying other than Hunter Green, and which is really actually a pretty good contract? Who else are they paying? Nobody. They're not. Everybody, all these guys, most of these guys are on the rookie contracts, and nobody has a big contract. And I'm not saying sign him for 10 years. I'd sign him for 4. at the most. Sign Schwarber for 4 years, make him our DH, and let's go win this thing. And I'm not, like I said, to me, the starting pitching is fine. Our young, and we got Rhett Lauder, Chase Burns. You got enough young starting pitching that I think will handle this. We need to add bullpen help. That's the thing, is like, you need to have a lights out one closer, lights out setup, and we have that from time to time. The bullpen, and I'm not saying the bullpen is bad. I'm not saying totally flush the bullpen out, get rid of all these guys. Just add to it. We got guys that are good. We need to be, I don't want to be good. I want to be great. You do that, and it could be 2 relievers. Literally. I mean, if you want to keep Pagan as the closer, fine. Or if you want to sign an actual closer or trade for one and have Pagan as your setup guy and have Ashcraft and Santion, the other setup guys, fine. That'd be great. You need to add at least 2 relief pitchers in there that are lights out guys. You do those, and I don't think that's too much to ask. I mean, Bob Castellini in 2005, I think he bought the team. And I quote, and I'm not going to let him off the hook. And I quote, we're bringing championship baseball back to Cincinnati. That was 2005, I think. It's 2025. It's been 20 years. We have no championships. We have no playoff series wins. We have nothing. I think we have a division title. That's it. You want us to show up, and don't give me this that the fans haven't shown up. We have shown up. Us fans deserve this. We have put our hard-earned money in there. You want to be one of the more prolific teams in Major League Baseball, that you're selling more merchandise, and you get Ellie in that spot where you're on ESPN a lot. You're on Sunday Night Baseball. You're on Saturday Baseball. You're on prime time. Well, guess what? That's going to make you more money because you're going to have more jersey sales, more ticket sales, more everything. It's something that, shockingly, I feel the Bengals have figured out, because they know they have Joe Burrow, and they are trying to win this thing at least once, hopefully more than that, and take advantage of this. You got Ellie. This is Ellie's second full year in the majors. I hate to say it, I don't think the Reds will sign him, but you got him now. I don't expect you to go keep Schwarber and Ellie. I would love you to. That would be awesome. You have the money. You could do it. But right now, you don't have to pay Ellie. Go get Schwarber. Go fix this bullpen. It's go check out my full article there on Substack. Please subscribe. I think I can't find it. I'm sure other baseball experts, if Joe Farsing was on there, he'd rip it to shreds, I'm sure, because he'd tell me Matt McLean or Spencer Steer. Now he'd go to Spencer Steer saying Spencer Steer is a backup player and Spencer Steer is not a very good second baseman, yada, yada, yada. If you're going to play with a team with holes in it, which they have now, then play with a team with holes in it with an actual chance to win. And I don't think McLean and Steer will be that bad at the Matt McLean is a very good gloveman. I mean, the only reason he's not playing shortstop is because Ellie. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Natty. I feel you, Ice. Time to make a stand. And it would get boost ticket sales. It would boost everything. Yeah, Brad, we're still waiting. we're still waiting. That's what I'm like. You made the statement 20 years ago. We haven't won jack. Maybe we'll make the playoffs this year. I mean, hell, I think we're still at 22 scoreless inning streak in the playoffs. Because when we were in the playoffs in 2020, we didn't score at all. And we got shut out. And I think our last, the one-game playoff against the Pirates in 2013, we got shut out. So yeah, you were 21, 22 innings without scoring in the playoffs. Brad says McLean needs to be a shortstop. People are come back at me because Matt hasn't been able to hit. But like I said, my fix for that is take the pressure off of him, take the pressure off of Ellie, take the pressure off these young guys, because that's what Scott Rowland did. And that's one of the things I said this offseason. Scott Rowland, when they got him in 2010, 2011, something like that, he was that veteran presence. He, I think, took the pressure off Joey Votto, took the pressure off Jay Bruce, helped them learn how to win these games, get to the playoffs. We did. We got to the playoffs in 2010. We had clinch miss. I was at the game. My son was going nuts. It was a great time. We talk about it all the time. And then we did make it in 2011. Then we went in 2012. We all know what happened in 2012. We should have beat the Giants, and we can't win one freaking game. And in 2013, we got beat by the Pirates in a one-game playoffs. And then we went in 2020 and we couldn't score. But my point is, to starting that run, which was a way shorter run than I thought it was going to be, Scott Rowland was that move. I was hoping Tito would be that move, which he still is to a certain extent, but he's only a manager. There's only so much a manager can do. You need a everyday player. Yeah, and you're like, well, Schwarber's only a DH, but he's going to be hitting every single day. And I don't know about you guys. I don't want him playing in the outfield or first base. that would not be a good thing. He's a DH. So we'll see. Let's see here. Brad, the pressure came off Marte as soon as he was in, well, he's in right every day. Yeah, exactly. You corrected it right. And that's my point. I'm like, I said that about Ellie from damn near day one. Put him in the outfield. And he's so young and athletic. He'd be stealing home runs. He'd be making diving catches. I mean, to me, it makes so much sense. I'm surprised of how easily and willing they were to move Marte. And seeing that, how they don't go, we got South Stewart up now. Spencer really hasn't been playing because, we got left field. Stewart's playing first base. That's really kind of the only place he can play. Well, why don't we move Ellie to the outfield? Like right now, just move him to left field because you can move to center next year. Move to left field. McLean at shortstop. Steer at second. Why don't we try it now? Why are they so unwilling to do that, to see if that opens Ellie up to be able to hit like we know he can? The other move in the offseason is they don't start hitting for power. We need a new hitting coach. And that's the thing, too, with this team is the guys who have hit for power haven't this year. And to me, the difference is the hitting coach. I don't know what now. Now he's helped Key Bryant Hayes, not really for power, but just hitting. He's hit a lot better as for the Reds than he ever did for the Pirates. So we'll see what happens. I mean, they got to win tonight. Hopefully the Mets lose and the Giants lose. That would be great. But again, like I said, go check out my article on Substack and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything. I mean anything. Landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window Door and More. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window Door and More. The website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House. Hey guys, what's going on? We're back at it for year 2 of our tailgate at the Moorline Lager House. This year, Best Day Brewing game day experience. We're there 3 hours before every single Bengals home game. We got a DJ there. We got a buffet. We got a Bloody Mary bar. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us We're going to be giving prizes. I'll be hosting. I'm telling you, it's the best deal on the bank. $50. All inclusive. Food, drink, Bloody Marys. I'm going to be giving away prizes. Bengals trivia. We have music there. That's not good enough? Well, guess what? Your boys got you. I'm going to take care of you. All right. Use this code, GameDay10, GAMEDAY 10, to get $10 off your ticket. So it went from $50 to $40. Come on. You can't beat it. It's the best deal on the banks. Join me. Wear orange. We're going to root the Bengals on to the Super Bowl. Get there early. Moreland Lager House. Best day brewing game day experience.
Yeah, guys, I hope that you guys can join me there. It's going to be a great time. Go to the Moreland Lager House Facebook page or my page and put in Game Day 10. Like I said, it'll knock it down to $40. And I mean, it's all inclusive. They're going to have a bar there, get anything you want to drink there. Last year they had shrimp at the tailgate. There's going to be chicken wings. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. It's going to be an absolute blast. We're giving away prizes. Make sure you know your Bengals trivia. We got a DJ, which people playing music, and then I'll be hosting. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it's down there in the beer garden this year. Make sure you guys join. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get back to this real quick here. I see Natty getting Key Hayes was a steal. It's been better than, and I got to give it to Nick Kroll. The trades he made, we didn't give up anything, and they all have helped. But none of them were big, huge impact ones. And the other thing that I'm not going to take credit for this. I think Tony Pike or Austin Elmore said this. Hell, maybe Mo Egger said it. I don't remember. I don't want to have to go into next year's trade deadline and have to get an impact bat. I would like to go into the trade deadline next year and just add an extra piece that we don't necessarily need, but it's a luxury piece. That's a concept. You already have your team that you think can win a World Series set from opening day, that you believe that this team can do it. And then you get to the trade deadline, you can add another relief pitcher. You can add a starting pitcher. Hell, you could add another bat that might come off the bench. You don't have to add for need. So it goes back to this whole hope thing that Joe Farsinger said. And we had that with the Reds this year. The hope, I'm not saying it hasn't worked because we are 2 games out. They are playing better. They still are not playing to the potential that they could. You could fix that this offseason. We always talk about not wasting Joe Burrow's prime years. I don't want to waste Ellie's prime years. Like, seriously, we have 2 of the best superstars in all professional sports in our city. Joe Burrow, Ellie De La Cruz. We don't want to waste either one of them. These are guys. I am 50 years old. Ellie is like getting Johnny Bench in his prime, Joe Morgan in his prime, Pete Rose in his prime. That's what getting Ellie is. He's the best young baseball player with all the tools I've ever seen in a Reds uniform. Take that back. Eric Davis is pretty good. Other than Eric Davis, Eric the Red was really good. That's what we have. I don't know how many times I've argued with people on Twitter and on the show about, damn it, the Bengals they're just going to ruin Joe Burrow. They're just going to waste his time here. Why don't we hold the Reds to the same thing? Why? If you're going to be so easy to get mad at the Bengals, which honestly the Bengals the last couple of years have provided you a better team with a better opportunity to win a Super Bowl than the Reds have, why do we not hold the Reds at the same high standards we're holding the Bengals? Brad, let's see here. Do you think Tito really made a difference this year? Maybe 5 to 10 games. 5 to 10 games get you 2 games behind the Giants or tied with the Giants. Yes, he's made a difference. Yeah, he's totally made a difference. Like I said, it's September 11th. We are 2 games out of the wild card. Last year, we were done. September hit. Well, most of the time with David Bell as our manager, second half went. There's been so many. So, yes, I do think Tito's made a difference. And, yeah, I don't. Again, a manager can only 5 to 10 games. That's about all a manager can do. They're going to make a difference. It can be 5 or 10 games the other way, too. They can lose a game for you. So that's where you need the impact bats. We play at Great American Ballpark. It is one of the most homer-friendly parks in all of baseball. And we have Ellie De La Cruz, who should be hitting 30 homers, has 19. 19 homers. Maybe hit some in San Diego. I don't know. But last time I checked, he had 19. That's ridiculous. You got to give him help. And I think he's feeling the pressure. Go get Schwarber. Won a World Series with the Cubs. Been to the playoffs multiple times. It's been in the home run hit, derby. That stuff doesn't faze him. He's been there, done that. He's I won't say Cincinnati guy, but he's from Middletown, Ohio. He grew up a Reds fan. Hell, he's wearing a Bengals jersey to the baseball game the other night. You don't think he'd want to play here? Now, you got to pay him. Do I think he'll take less money to play here? I have no idea. I don't know. But you know what? I'd be calling him. I'd be talking to him. Do you guys remember how excited I was when we got Tito? I was shocked we got Tito. Absolutely ecstatic we got Tito. Just think how nuts this city will go if we get Schwarber. How many tickets do you think the Reds will sell? How fast will opening day go? It'll sell out in an hour. That's the impact he would have. Brad, July 26th. Thank you. He has not hit a home run since July 26th. He hit one. Oh, he has hit one last. He hit one last night. I'll get it up. I'll get it out here right. Show you that's the first one he's hit since July 26th. That shouldn't happen. That is, to me, Ellie is pressing Ellie. Ellie's trying to carry the team. Ellie is in basically his second full year of baseball in major leagues. That's a lot to ask a young guy because it ain't football. Football is 17 weeks. Baseball is 162 games, 82 home games. There's a lot. One guy, especially quarterback, can make a bigger impact on a football team for 17 weeks and beyond to go to the Super Bowl. Then one guy can make an impact every single day, 162 games a year. That is damn hard to do. He needs help. Marte needs help. These guys need somebody who's been there, done that. Again, that's why I keep saying that's what when we got I forgot his name already. The third baseman we got. Anyway, I hate when I forget his name. I'll just talk about him. You know what I'm talking about. Hopefully it'll happen. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys like the show. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. You can follow me on all those, along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I will be pulling off the sound later on tonight, putting on the podcast. You can check it out. Please listen to it. It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Once you listen to it, do me a favor. Rate it, like it, and review it with a 5-star review. I would greatly appreciate it. That's the way so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. My thoughts, my thanks to Wayne Box Miller for joining us. Again, I want to end this with never forget 9/11. There's a lot of evil in this world. I'll put it that way. Make sure you hug your family. Be willing to have conversations with people that have different opinion than you do. And being okay with it. Just because you don't agree don't mean nothing. We disagree in sports all the time. You can disagree on a lot of stuff. Doesn't mean you have to go and lose your life for it. Other than that, remember this. One thing and one thing only. That is Who Dey for life. Throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.